Hello and welcome to today's live on Why Dieting Sucks. We are going to literally break down some of the top diets right now and discuss why they fail, why they're not the answer, and at the very end, I'm going to give you 3 tips for you to take action right now. So this session is jam-packed. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Leslie Urbis. I'm a registered dietitian and a personal trainer, and I run a pretty kick-butt group on Facebook called Weight Loss and Wellbeing for High Performers. If you're watching from there or any other platform, drop a hashtag live, hashtag replay. Let me know you're here. Along the way, please feel free to drop hearts, drop likes, drop comments, and share this video with anybody that you think deserves to know this information so they can stop struggling, because it's no fun to do. So without further ado, I want you to go grab a pen and a paper. And in this second, what I want you to write in the chat, if you're willing, is a diet that you've tried before that you totally disliked or totally didn't get results with. I'd love to know, because if I'm not talking about it, I'll talk about it for you because you're here live. All right. Without any other things to say, let's go right on into this, in the meat of this, so I can be less than hopefully 20 minutes, depending on my internet service. I'm even close to the internet box today for a reason, but we shall see. All right, first diet, which is the number one thing that most people do, is calorie counting. Why does calorie counting fail you? The top 3 reasons are, number 1, you only do it when you're perfect, because I don't want to know what I did that was wrong, right? So you don't actually know what it is you're eating, so you don't actually get yourself the solution, so you don't actually see a result. Number 2 is, what do you do when you dine out and the calorie counting system doesn't have the exact location that you're eating at? How do you plan that? So then it's sort of like, oh, I don't really know. Bye, peace out, not going to count it. I don't have to do it. It's like I didn't eat it, etc. And number 3, the restriction in your mind. Okay, so follow me here. You wake up in the morning. Let's say you have 2,000 calories you can eat. You're like, I got 2,000 calories. All right. Breakfast rolls around. Oh, I'm only going to eat 100 because at the end of the day, I could be starving. So I can't eat it all right away in the morning. I have to portion control that and wait, right? Okay, so that's number 1 right there, right? You wake up in the morning and it's like restrict in the morning to then abound in calories at night. How is that ever healthy, right? You're restricting your body when it needs the calories the most. The biggest meal we need to eat is at breakfast. But as soon as you start calorie counting, you're like, oh, snap. There's no way I'm going to follow through on that, because if I eat 500 calories for breakfast, like I probably should, what about when I need that snack at nighttime? I'm going to be starving, right? So calorie counting can give you so much restriction in your brain that you're like that little kid that your mom was like, don't touch that, don't touch that, don't touch that. And you just wanted to be like, Mom, I want to touch it, right? And so as an adult, you're sort of like a rebel. You're like, I'm not following that rule. Nobody's going to know if I follow that rule. I'm going to just throw it out, right? So calorie counting can cause us to have so much restriction in our brain that our brain backfires. Our subconscious mind literally says, bye, no calorie counting for you. Okay? So that is why calorie counting can fail us, because it wasn't designed to help our mind. Instead, it was designed with a set of rules. List out what you eat, follow what you eat, and then you'll lose the weight. But the problem is that if you're not one of those people that likes that extra restriction, your mind will literally find ways to sabotage you. All right, let's go to the second thing here. I probably won't remember the whole list there in order if you're looking at it. The second thing, let's say we're talking about keto. Part of the reason why keto fails us is because it's predicting for us to be in ketosis for the longevity, okay? What is ketosis? It's where you burn fat for fuel instead of carbs. In order to get to ketosis, you have to release all the carbs from your body, which happens when you don't eat any carbs, and then your body will eventually burn fat for fuel. Ketosis was created for those with epilepsy. We found that people that had seizures, if they followed a ketone-based diet, that they would not have as many seizures. But then mainstream dieting picked it up and was like, oh, this is a great way to lose weight. Let's put it out there as a way to help people, right? Now, don't get me wrong. There can be health benefits to it, and there can be detriments to it. My biggest thing with keto is that most people do it as what I call a speed date, okay? Our dieting has become a speed dating relationship, okay? So think about speed dating. If you've never done it, which I've never, basically what you do is, right, you get like 5 minutes with a person. You're sitting from, it's like, hey, like, what do you do? Okay, cool, right? So we understand speed dating. Next, I didn't like you, move on. So now I go to the next person. Okay, that's what these diets can be. Keto is like a speed date. It's like, I'll date you for a period of time so you get me the result I want. But as soon as I get to that result, I'm going to be like, bye, see you later. Because I didn't adapt ketosis, a ketone-based living, as my life, as my identity. I'm still over here like I am the person that loves the pizza and loves the pasta and loves bread, right? All you did was use your willpower really well for a period of time to yield a result that you were looking for. And then once you get the result, your brain little by little sabotages you back into the weight gain, because these rules that were written for you to follow give you a poor result. Do they give me weight loss? Yes, I'm not going to deny that. What I am going to deny is the sustainability, the accountability, the ease of it, the understanding how it plays with your life. Okay. Why does that become important? Because I want you to really think, why do you want to lose the weight? If you only want to lose the weight to look better, there's nothing wrong with that. But typically we have multiple factors, because when we look better, we feel happier. We want to go outside more. We want to wear that little black dress. We want to rock it. We want to command the room. We want to own ourselves. We want to get this massive result of happiness, wanting to have better sex with our partner, really thoroughly and enjoying it and being like, yeah, I look good. I know I do. This is great. Looking in the mirror being like, you look fine today. Fine today, right? So ketosis can get you that result, but it's like a temporary thing. It's like stitches help heal you, right? But eventually the stitches fall out. That's keto. It helps you to heal, get skinny, but eventually it falls off. So you get this conundrum in your brain that then says, oh, okay, well, we failed at it. So it's cool that we didn't lose weight, right? Very similar to paleo. Paleo has you remove the things from your diet, right? Do not eat, do not touch, do not enjoy. These things are not a part of your life anymore. Those things have to become beliefs. They have to become values. They have to become a way of your life to get the results. Okay, so let me put it to you this way. Okay, so do you want money? If I offered you $20 right now, would you take it? I'm just going to assume, because nobody's writing anything in the comments, you would take $20. If you are there in the comments, if I offered you $20 right now, would you take it? I want a yes, right? Yes, I would take this now, okay? We're going to take my $20. Now, with that $20, are you going to go put it under your bed, or are you going to go spend it on something? Most people aren't just going to save the money, because we don't desire a piece of paper with a dead president on it. We desire what money brings us, right? So you're desiring to follow this diet to get the results, okay? Once we get the result, it changes everything in our life. But that result didn't change the belief, okay? I still potentially want more money, right? I still potentially want a different result, okay? So now in your brain, while you may have that result, you may have that piece of paper money, it's just as easy. I spend the 20, it's like the 20 didn't exist, right? Ooh, wow, with my 20 bucks, what did I get? I don't even know what costs 20 bucks nowadays. Maybe like some fancy lotion or something. I don't know. It's probably like 2 bottles of lotion at the store. Okay. So let's just go with that. Like 2 bottles of lotions at the store and maybe like a chapstick. Woo. Okay. I got that for free on somebody else. Okay. I'm not $20 richer because now I've spent the $20, right? Okay. So I get the $20 and I spend it and then I'm still back in the same place. Okay. So what I mean by that is I get the results. I lose the weight. I see the weight fall off. But I'm not any different here because I didn't enjoy the process. I restricted. I said no. I didn't enjoy my life. And now I'm here in this unenjoyable form of my life. See, what's awesome when you have a diet you love is that you like the journey. You enjoy yourself. You enjoy what you're eating. You enjoy the process. That's the difference. If you're doing a solution like keto, paleo, any of those things, but in all actuality, you're like, oh my God, that's what I want to eat, but I'm not allowed to eat it. That's just what I want. I want it. 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 All you're doing is not allowing yourself to live. So thus, when you get the results, you get happy, but because you didn't change any of the pieces of yourself, you go back to who you once were because it wasn't the plan that was going to give you the results. Okay. If that's clear, awesome. If you have a question on any of that, please post #question and ask it. I'd love to answer it for you. Okay. Now, that's a part of restricting too. Okay. I've talked about this pattern before, but basically what we give ourselves: shame, guilt, punishment. Shame on you. You had the donut. No donuts for you ever again. Punishment. Okay. Now my punishment is no donut. Tomorrow, your husband or your significant other brings home donuts. How does he know? It's my favorite thing to eat. I just told myself yesterday I couldn't eat it anymore. So now you're in a battle in your head. You're in a battle. Don't eat it. 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 Right? A constant battle in your brain. Well, here's the deal. When we wake up in the morning, we only have so much willpower. And at some point in the day, you're trying to break a pattern in your head that is not easily broken. So instead, you eat the donut. Then it's shame, guilt, punishment. You'll never eat donuts again. And because you ate that donut, you can't eat candy either. Add to the list. Okay? Humans were not designed to follow a list of don'ts. Okay? We're not supposed to live in a shame and guilt punishment cycle. We do it to ourselves because that's how we were kind of raised as kids, right? Don't hit your brother. Hitting your brother is bad. Get guilt, get your punishment, go sit a timeout in your room, right? Whereas we could teach, hands aren't meant for hitting. Then it's not me telling my kid, you did wrong. It's hands aren't meant for hitting. Hands are meant for shaking. Hands are meant for holding. Hands are meant for eating, okay? Hands were meant for these things, but hitting is not one of them. So we come from a different direction. There's no shame or guilt attached to that, right? Now I understand you're like, well, they should feel a little guilty for hitting somebody, right? I get that. Okay, I'm not going down that direction. But what we do in ourselves is that we shame, we guilt. We shame, we guilt. We ate it, we did it. So now we're living in this low-level life of like, oh my God, I ate it. Oh my God, the scale went up. Oh my God, I'm on my period and I'm bloated and I can't fit into my jeans. And the shame and guilt, the shame and guilt, the shame and guilt. And you sit in this negative space. In what negative space does money grow? In what negative space do you feel better about yourself to get the result of the weight loss that you want? You don't, right? You don't. You don't feel better that way. You feel worse, right? Shame and guilt. You went out last night and you had more than one glass of wine and you only had one glass of wine left on your calories. Or wine isn't even on your diet. You're not allowed to do that on keto or paleo. So you get this like shame, guilt, viciousness going around in your head, giving you the result of more negativity, which doesn't help you to lose the weight. So ideally, as you've learned, these things fail you because they don't help you change the inner workings to enjoy the journey, to arrive safely at the weight that you want to be at, commanding that room, owning yourself, and knowing I look good and I've enjoyed it and I now know how to sustain it. I can stay where I'm at. I'm not going to see the scale go back up because I've learned the lessons and it's now tools in my tool bank. It's not something where it's like, oh, I got to go back on that diet to get the results. It's living. It's allowing yourself to know, okay, now that I'm dining out here, this is what I do. Now that I'm on vacation, this is what I do. Now that I'm, having these amazing days, this is what I do. It's learning a pattern for your life. It's something I call mindset dieting. It's shifting your brain from being restrictions to being free and learning what's right for you and your body, okay? So here's where I promise you get 3 things to walk away with right now to get the result that you want. Okay? First thing is burn the diets that failed you. Stop saying, I will go back to. Stop trying something different, like intermittent fasting or keto or one of those things. Stop saying, if I just do that again, I'll get the result. You're right, you will get the result. You'll get the result of losing weight and gaining it back. You know what to do, you just aren't doing it, right? If that were true, you would continue to get the result. Every time you tell yourself, I know what to do, I'm just not doing it, I call BS. You don't know what to do. Because if you did know what to do, you'd continue to have the result. It's the truth. I know what to do, so my weight on the scale doesn't keep going up. I know what to do, so I can eat well on vacation. I know what to do, so I can live free on vacation and drink as many margaritas as I want and still not gain weight on the scale. It's possible. But that first thing you have to do is burn the I know what to do, because you don't, or you'd have the result. Okay? So right now, when we're done, I want you to take that piece of paper and pen and write down everything that you think you are supposed to do to get a result. I want you to take that piece of paper and I want you to tear it up into a million pieces and get rid of it. Delete it from your life, because it's not giving you results. It's giving you more and more restrictions and more false results and more of this pattern that you're living in. And where is the fun in that? The second thing I want you to do is really write down where you think you're falling off. Where's the problem? What are you doing as the cause to not get the result? I'm not working out enough. I'm not eating well enough. I don't know what eating well looks like. I don't know how to live my life because I am a busy entrepreneur and I travel a lot, or I go to a lot of business meetings or networking events where I'm not in control and I don't know how to put that in my life. I'm a busy lawyer and I don't know how to eat well for myself because I don't get enough time to do so. I'm a busy worker person doing whatever it is, and I don't have the time to sit down and plan things out, okay? I remember the other one I forgot here in a second. And the third thing that I want you to do, and I was going to talk about meal planning, is delete the meal plan. Every time you think, I'm going to go get somebody else to do it for me, you're relying on some sort of external force to keep you accountable. And that meal that's in your refrigerator isn't going to be calling you at night to be like, eat me, it's time to eat me, right? It's you still having to make the decision. And so when we combine that into a factor of stop planning it to be so perfect, you allow yourself to freely live and allow yourself to figure out what it is on the inside that you need. So those are your 3 tips I really want you to walk away with. I really want you to take the time to do that. I really want you to stop beating your head against the wall and choosing to do the same thing over and over and over again. It's time to get clear. It's time to get a solution. It's time to move on and get yourself what you need. Too many restrictions. I was on all the diets. Okay, I got you. I just was seeing if that was a question. All right, anyways, so I'm glad that we've got all those things down. I really want you to take some action steps here. Okay? I want you to understand that I don't want you to keep failing. It's time for you to get results. It's time for you to have the story of, yeah, I lost all the weight and I kept it off. And you know how I did it? Through mindset dieting, where I learned exactly what I needed to do and what was best for me. So I stopped living by some piece of paper diet and started freely being who I wanted to be. So if you have any questions on any diets or you watch this later, again, #live, #replay, let me know you were here, and let me know in the comments if you have questions about a particular diet. I'd love to walk you through, because I want you to walk away when you watch my stuff with massive information to take steps now and get results, because nobody wants to be sitting here like, that scale went up again. Instead, let's gain some control. All right, I hope you have a fit and fabulous day. You will also see posted a link to a brainstorm call for you to get the uttermost clarity on what it is that you need to do in order to see the results that you would like on the scale in your body and in your life. I hope you have a fit and fabulous day, and I will chat with you soon.